The first oral GLP-1 just got FDA approved, and if you're running a telehealth brand, your competitive landscape just shifted overnight. I'm Verneri, the founder of GrowTrigger. We've managed and audited the lifecycle marketing of 50 plus telehealth brands and generated over 60 million in email and SMS revenue. And I'll tell you straight from my experience, most operators are about to react to this in one of two ways. They'll panic or they'll ignore it. Both are mistakes. The brands that win from this approval aren't necessarily the ones who get access to the pill. They're the ones who understand what it actually changes about patient acquisition, positioning, and retention messaging, and get repositioned before their competitors figure it out. So in this video, I'm breaking down what the FDA approval actually means for your telehealth brand, who it affects, and your exact action plan, whether you sell GLP-1s or not. So let's get straight into it. So the first oral GLP-1 just got FDA approved, which is the Novo Nordisk's Wegovy. This is now available as a pill since December 2025. And literally no needle, no injection needed. It's just this simple pill that you take and that achieves the same kind of impact as the needle used to. And this obviously handles one of the biggest objections, which is that people are afraid of needles, at least some people. And this one works pretty much as well as the injectable, at least close to that. And you can see here the comparison, a little bit cheaper even, taken once daily versus the injection, which is taken once weekly. Same active ingredient, semaglutide, FDA approved for weight loss, like the other ones as well, clinically proven. And the only difference here is the injection, which is needed here, and this is just a pill. And the thing is, Novo Nordisk only partnered with 8 companies to release it for now. So there's these 8 companies, including Hims, including Ro, and all of the other ones mentioned here. So what does this mean for your telehealth brand specifically? This means that the needle-averse patient segment was never going to do injections. So now, as a telehealth operator, why should you care about this? What does this mean specifically for your telehealth brand? Well, first of all, the needle-averse patient segment was never going to do injections. It's much harder to convince somebody who is scared of needles to actually take an injection than just take a pill as they always would with any other treatment as well. Now, these people are in the market and so is everyone else, and this is not just limited to GLP-1s. This applies, there's like a lot of different peptides, hormone replacement therapy options coming in as oral versions as well. So the market is just gonna skyrocket in size, and the competition is getting harder as well. So this pill is gonna be cheaper, it's not gonna require the injection, and it's got a lot of demand already because of this reason. And now the question is, does it draw more attention to the GLP-1 space as a whole, which obviously yes as well, and some of that attention might lead into injection-based options, as it does still have its advantages in some ways. For example, customers still might see a little bit better results on average. For example, Hims says 35 versus 32 lbs according to their own data versus the pill versus the injection. Obviously, the pill also has to be taken every single day versus the injection, which is just once a week, so it's simpler. There's not going to be as much adherence gap with taking a weekly medication compared to a daily pill. Obviously, you also don't have to fast, so if you're taking an injection, you don't have to fast. If you take the pill, there's 30 to 60 minutes of fasting window before and after take. Obviously, also a lot of customers don't care. They're not scared of injections, and so there's just a set number of customers that are available, and it's not the end of the injection because of some of these reasons and the fact that people are still not scared of injections everywhere. Some people are, but some people are not. And here you can see, as an example, 50% people prefer pill, 30% prefer injection, and 20% they don't care. Now, is the pill all hype? I would say the hype over pills ignores a key reality, which is that while they match injections in power, they fail on convenience, because patients often find a quick weekly shot far easier than a strict daily fasting routine, which makes the needle a little bit more practical choice for some people. For long-term success, you don't need to be fasting every day. You don't need to remember to take the pill every day. You just need to take the one weekly injection as part of your routine and treatment protocol. And here you can see again the oral pill versus the injection. Typical preference. So the pill is usually preferred by new users and those with needle phobia versus the injection preferred by long-term users for convenience. Then dosing frequency, again, pill is daily, injection once a week. Efficacy might be a little bit higher in the injection, and then the adherence gap is higher with the pill because you need to be remembering to take it every day, and it's harder to remember daily doses, versus lower in the GLP-1 injection because it's easier to remember a single weekly task. Now, here's what I would say is your action plan based on this situation that's happening. You don't need access to the pill to capture the attention it's generating. And first of all, adding oral treatments to your selection will obviously be a good idea, and everyone probably will eventually actually add those. But like discussed, right now it's easier said than done because there's just not broad availability yet. There's just these exclusive partnerships with some of these biggest brands that allow them to sell it. So what can you do to benefit from this still? You can funnel the traffic from the pill to your own page, so you can still educate on the oral versions and capture the massive amount of attention that's coming. And this is an easy way to just get a lot of impressions, get the people on your site, and then on your site you're going to convert those people. So that's one way you should think about this. You also want to create omnichannel content, blog posts, emails, social media posts that educate on the differences between the pill versus injection and helps them get rid of the fears around the injection and also understanding the potential pros of it compared to the oral version. And here's a couple of examples, GLP pills, everything you need to know. This is good SEO for you. You can generate a lot of impressions with. And then you can position yourself as the trusted educator that patients are going to be able to find you and then convert into your existing offerings. Now, what you also want to do is to get ready for the new market beyond GLP-1, because there will most likely be more and more oral options coming out beyond GLP-1s for other peptides, TRT and more, like I already mentioned. And this will, in my opinion, drive the market expansion of telehealth as an industry even further. And as a brand, you want to be positioned to take the advantage of that. So you want to understand, okay, there's probably going to be oral versions coming. You want to position yourself to be able to get ready for those. And then when that happens eventually, you want to actually make sure that you understand the differences between the oral version to the injection and build your lifecycle marketing and your backend funnel accordingly as well. Because let's say somebody is on your website and they start the treatment, they are taking the injection or they're taking the oral, and then they are going to same sequence. There's different, adherence gap, there's different frequency you need to take those treatments on. There's a lot of differences, dose is different and everything. So if you push all of them to one sequence, you don't have the segmentation, the lifecycle side to talk about these differences, you're going to have a lot of issues with retention because people are not going to be getting the information that they need. So what you need to do is you need to prepare that when you have these versions, when you have different forms of the treatments, you need to have a segmentation in your lifecycle funnel, in your backend, to make sure that people who are on the oral treatment get a sequence that is different from those people who are on the injection, and those people get their own different sequence. Now, on a side note, if you're a telehealth brand and looking to get access to more on-the-edge insights like this, you want to check out the Retention RX. This is my newsletter that talks about the retention playbooks and the overall trends of the industry, the news and how it impacts your business on the retention side, and how can you keep growing profitably with all these things happening. So if you're interested, you can subscribe from the link here. The link is also going to be added in the YouTube description as you're watching this video. And so thank you for watching this video, and I'll hope to see you in the next one.